Imagine walking through a peaceful garden and suddenly seeing a Roman temple, a ruined castle, or even a pyramid. But here's the twist. None of it is real. Welcome to the strange and fascinating world of architectural follies. In architecture, a folly is a building made mainly for decoration. It may look like it has a purpose, but in reality, it doesn't. Or its design is so extravagant that function becomes secondary to beauty and drama. The idea of follies became popular in the 18th century, especially in England and France. Wealthy landowners built them in large landscape gardens to impress visitors and show taste, power, and imagination. Many of these follies copied famous styles from history. Some look like ancient Roman temples, representing classical values. Others were designed as Chinese pagodas, Egyptian pyramids, or medieval castles to symbolize different cultures and time periods. Some even look like small villages, mills, or cottages. These designs were meant to celebrate simple rural life, even though they were built by the very rich. Interestingly, follies were not always just about beauty. During hard times, such as the Great Famine in Ireland, follies were sometimes built to provide work for unemployed people. These projects offered wages to peasants and craftsmen, turning decorative buildings into a form of poor relief. The word folly itself has an interesting history. In English, it originally meant a costly building that people thought was a foolish idea, something too expensive, too large, or too impractical. Many follies were named after the person who paid for them. One famous example is Beckford's Folly, a massive Gothic-style tower. It was incredibly expensive and dramatic, but it collapsed under its own weight just 12 years after it was finished. The term comes from the French word folie. While it can mean madness or foolishness, it also once meant a light or favorite place. That perfectly describes how people felt about these buildings. So what makes a building a folly? First, it is mainly ornamental. It exists to look impressive. Second, it is a building, not just a statue or sculpture. Third, it is deliberately designed to stand out, often with unusual shapes or details. Fourth, many follies include an element of illusion. One of the most famous types is the sham ruin. These buildings were made to look ancient and broken, even though they were brand new. And finally, follies were built for pleasure. They were meant to surprise, entertain, and spark imagination. Over time, many follies lost whatever small practical use they once had, like lookout towers or hunting shelters. Today, they are often misunderstood or forgotten. That's why groups like the Folly Fellowship work to protect and celebrate these unusual structures, reminding us that architecture doesn't always need to be practical to be meaningful. Follies may seem pointless at first glance, but they tell stories about art, history, power, creativity, and human imagination. Sometimes, the most fascinating buildings are the ones that exist simply to be admired. If you enjoyed this journey into architectural curiosities, stay curious and keep exploring the hidden stories behind the world around you.